caregiving, and you. How do you juggle life? How do you juggle work, family, caregiving, and maintain balance in your life?
Well, you know, I'm caregiving for my dad who has Alzheimer's disease, and he lives with me. So I deal with this on a daily basis. And I always think of it as keeping my own tank full. You know, you don't expect your car to drive, your truck, without any gas in it, but I expect myself to. So no, I nurture myself, whether it's spending time with a friend, going to a movie, getting a cup of coffee, exercising. All of those things, and managing stress. And I'll tell you, we're going to talk more about stress busting later on in the show.
You might be a caregiver if
you discover watching reruns of Hee Haw with your parents is more entertaining than you thought it would be.
Or Lawrence Welk.
Or Lawrence Welk.
I watch Lawrence Welk every Saturday night.
All right, Amy, you're next. Okay, you might be a caregiver if
you have your loved one's social security number memorized, but you don't even know your own.
Well, that would be a lot of caregiving going on there.
We have a great graphic that shows those numbers, that on any given month there are 42 million caregivers in this nation. And if you put a pencil to that, they're providing $450 billion with a B in unpaid care. And that's more than the annual sales of all of Walmart stores. Now, the average caregiver, what we found, is a 49-year-old woman taking care of a 77-year-old woman, and she's caregiving about 20 hours a week for about 5 years. And that's a lot of work because most family caregivers are still working paid jobs and doing all this at the same time. And so AARP has created a great new tool called the AARP Resource Center. And we've got a great graphic that shows all the topics that are on the left of the screen. It's really important. We talk about the planning and resources that are available for caregivers and navigating that maze of all the resources that are available so they're not overwhelmed. Senior housing is also very important, knowing about the options and the costs from independent living to full-blown 24-hour nursing care. Also, grief and loss is so important. That journey that you take is very difficult, sad, and overwhelming, but learning how to say goodbye and keeping the memories alive is so very important. It's a great tool and a resource.
Well, you know, as caregivers, we're often very isolated, but in rural America, you may be even more isolated. The transportation may not be available. Services are fewer and far between, longer distances to get to health care. Many counties in the U.S. don't have a hospital, you know, so you have these kind of challenges, but you also have a lot of positive things. There's a lot of community support. There's a long tradition of neighbor supporting neighbor, helping out, faith community helping out. So, you know, it's that importance of how do we build our caregiving team with the resources that we have.